Hello everyone, I am Teacher Michelle and welcome to another episode of Unang Math. For this episode, I will be covering the topic about quadrants. In our previous episode, we already studied what coordinate plane is. Coordinate plane has its x-axis and y-axis. The x-axis and y-axis divided the coordinate plane into four regions, namely the first quadrant, second quadrant, third quadrant, and the fourth quadrant. So by now, you already know that the coordinate plane has four quadrants or four regions. Okay, we have here a coordinate plane. This is our x-axis and this is our y-axis. The x-axis and the y-axis divided this coordinate plane into four regions. This region is our first quadrant. Okay, this is the second quadrant. This is the third quadrant. And this is the fourth quadrant. So it's like we are going to follow a counterclockwise movement in naming the four quadrants in the coordinate plane. Okay, this time, what is the sign of each coordinate in each quadrant? Okay, let's find out. Let's start in the first quadrant. We all know that in naming a point, let's say for example, this is point A. In naming a point, we need to get the x-coordinate and the y-coordinate. Okay, in the first quadrant, we all know that all the coordinates here on this part of this x-axis are positive. All the coordinates on this part of this y-axis are also positive. So that means the x-coordinate of this point is a positive coordinate. Okay, what about the y-coordinate? Okay, the y-coordinate is also positive. So in the first quadrant, x-coordinate and the y-coordinates are both positive coordinates. Okay, what about in the second quadrant? Let's say this is point B. Okay, all the numbers here on this part of this x-axis are all negative numbers. Okay, all the numbers on this part of this y-axis are positive. So it means the x-coordinate is a negative number and y-coordinate is a positive number. So in the second quadrant, x-coordinate is negative and y-coordinate is positive. Okay, moving on. Let's find out what are the signs of the x and y coordinate in the third quadrant. Okay, let's say this is point C. Okay, all the numbers here are negative. All the numbers here are also negative. So it means x coordinate is a negative number and y coordinate is also a negative number. So in the third quadrant, both x and y coordinate are negative coordinates. Okay, what about fourth quadrant? All the numbers here are positive. All the numbers are negative. So let's say this is point T. So it means x coordinate is a positive coordinate or positive number and y coordinate is a negative number. So in the fourth quadrant, x coordinate is positive, y coordinate is negative. Okay, in summary, these are the signs of the coordinates in each quadrant. So in the first quadrant, x and y coordinates are both positive. Okay, in the second quadrant, x coordinate is negative, while y coordinate is a positive coordinate. Okay, in the third quadrant, both x and y coordinates are negative coordinates. And in the fourth quadrant, x coordinate is positive, y coordinate is negative. Okay, moving on. Points such as 0, 0, 2, 0, and 0, negative 3, which are the origin, points on the x-axis and points on the y-axis do not belong to any quadrant. Okay, let's show. If this is our coordinate plane, 0 is the x-coordinate and the y-coordinate is also 0. So 0, 0, it means the point is here. So this is at the origin. Okay, what about 2, 0? So the x-coordinate is positive 2. So it's here. And the y-coordinate is 0. So it means 2, 0 is this point. And this point lies on the x-axis. Okay, what about 0, negative 3? So 0 and the y-axis or the y-coordinate is negative 3. So this point. And this ordered pair lies on the y-axis. So this point, and this point do not belong to any quadrant. Okay, let's give more examples by answering this concept check question. The following are descriptions of points on the coordinate plane. We're going to fill in the box with the correct answer. Okay, let's have the first question. The x-coordinate of 2 and negative 5 is positive. So this is the x-coordinate. It's a positive 2. And the y-coordinate is negative. So it's negative 5. So it is a point in the, okay, what quadrant? Okay, let's show this ordered pair in our coordinate plane. So the x-coordinate is positive. So it's either first or fourth quadrant. Okay, y-coordinate is negative 5. So this part of this y-coordinate or y-axis is negative. So it means 2 and negative 5 is in the fourth quadrant. Okay, what about question number 2? The x-coordinate of 3, 1, and the y-coordinate are both positive. So we have a positive x-coordinate and positive y-coordinate. So it is a point in the first quadrant. Okay, if we're going to show in our coordinate plane, 3, positive 3, and y-coordinate is positive 1, so it's in the first quadrant. Okay, what about the third question? The x-coordinate of negative 3, negative 2, and the y-coordinate are both negative coordinates. So it is a point in the third quadrant. Okay, if this is our coordinate plane, negative 3 is the x-coordinate. So it's either second or third quadrant. But the y-coordinate is also negative. So it means this ordered pair lies in the third quadrant. Okay, let's move on to question number 4. The x-coordinate of negative 2, 3 is negative. And the y-coordinate is positive. It's positive 3. So it is a point in the, okay, let's show in our coordinate plane. So the x-coordinate is negative 2. So if it's negative 2, it's either second or third quadrant. But the y-coordinate is positive. So it means it's in the second quadrant. So this ordered pair lies in the second quadrant. Okay, what about question number 5 or problem number 5? The point 0, 2 lies on the y-axis. Okay, what is the x-coordinate? 0. Y-coordinate is positive 2. So it means this ordered pair lies on the y-axis. So it doesn't belong to any quadrant. Okay, this time, let's answer this simple question or problem. Select all the points in the second quadrant from the following options. Okay, take note. We have to select all the points in the second quadrant. Okay, if this is our coordinate plane, this is our second quadrant. So the x-coordinate in the second quadrant is a negative coordinate, and the y-coordinate is a positive coordinate or positive number. Okay, let's check option number 1. It's 2, 0. So positive 2 is the x-coordinate and y-coordinate is 0. So this lies on the x-axis. So this is not correct. Okay, what about number 2? Negative 2 is the x-coordinate and positive 3 is the y-coordinate. So this ordered pair lies in the second quadrant. So this is correct. Okay, what about number 3 or third option? Negative 4 is our x-coordinate and y-coordinate is negative 3. So it means this ordered pair lies in the third quadrant. So this is not correct. What about number 4 or option number 4? Positive 2, positive 8. So this ordered pair lies in the first quadrant. So this is not correct. What about number 5? 0 and negative 3. 0 and negative 3. So this ordered pair lies on the y-axis. So not correct. Option number 6, negative 1 is the x-coordinate and positive 1 is our y-coordinate. So this ordered pair lies in the second quadrant. So this is also correct. So the points that lie in the second quadrants are option number 2 and number 6. Okay, what about this next problem? Okay, let's answer this next problem. Okay, according to this problem, when A is greater than 0 and B is less than 0, which of the following point is in the third quadrant? Okay, if A is greater than 0, then that means A is a positive number because all the numbers greater than 0 are positive numbers. If B is less than 0, then that means B is a negative number because all the numbers less than 0 are negative numbers. Okay, now, which of the following points in the which of the following point is in the third quadrant? So if this is our coordinate plane, okay, in the third quadrant, the x-coordinate is a negative coordinate and y-coordinate is a negative coordinate. So negative, negative. Okay, let's check the first option. Point A. X-coordinate is A and y-coordinate is B. A is positive, so this is positive. B is negative, so we have positive x-coordinate and negative y-coordinate. So it's in the fourth quadrant. So this is not the answer we're looking for. What about option number 2? Point B, so BA. So B is negative. So it's a negative x-coordinate. A is positive. So this is a positive y-coordinate. So negative x-coordinate, it's either second or third. Y is positive. So y-coordinate is positive. So that means it's in the second quadrant. So this is also, or this is not also the answer we're looking for. What about third option? Negative A, and this is positive B. Okay, A is positive. So negative times positive, then this is still negative. So it's a negative x-coordinate. What about B? B is negative, so that means this is negative. So y-coordinate is negative coordinate. So this point C lies on what quadrant? Let's see. X-coordinate is negative. Y-coordinate is also negative. So this is in the third quadrant. So this option number 3 is correct. Okay, what about option number 4? Let's also check option number 4. A is positive. Okay, this is negative B. So negative times negative, then that is positive. So positive X coordinate, positive Y coordinate is in the first quadrant. So this is not correct. Okay, what about option number 5? Negative A. So this is negative. A is positive, so negative times positive, negative. Okay, negative times B, which is negative, so negative times negative, it's positive. So X coordinate is negative, Y coordinate is positive, it's in the second quadrant. So this is not the answer we're looking for. So in this problem, the correct answer is option number 3.